Hi, today we are going to talk about the HEXBIN functions in Tableau and how to use this function. So there are two types of HEXBIN function. One is HEXBINX, which we are going to talk about now, and the HEXBINY function. So HEXBIN functions are we can say these are the simplest way of grouping two sets of numeric value into the group of similar values. So after grouping the two sets of numeric value, it will help us to make uh, the it will help us to make different visualization whenever we are dealing with the large data set. So for example, we are dealing with the terabytes of data set, but in this data set, when we are trying to create the scatter plot chart, so in that case it won't be very helpful when we are dealing with the large data set. So in that case we have to use hexagonal shapes, which will help us to clearly see the ideas and what is inside the data. So in that case, we hexagonal function is very helpful. So to create this function, we have to create first calculation field. Here I'll set the title X, here type the function which is HEXBINX. So we can see here the hex HEXBINX function takes two inputs and both are the numbers. So as I have talked earlier, said earlier about this function takes two number and group them together and uh, group them into the similar values. So in that case, it will take two number, and on the right side, we can say the definition of this HEXBINX function. So so it says Hexbin maps an x and y coordinates to an x coordinates of the nearest hexagonal bin. So this function only execute on the x coordinate if we use hexbin y instead of x. It will be applicable on the y coordinate. So for example, I'll set the hexbin x function, and here I'll type the number, let's say 10, comma, apply. So we can see here the HEXBINX function has been created. So this is how we can use this function in Tableau. So in order to know the value inside this function, we will just drop it onto the row, and here we can also, and now take this HEXBINX function and drop it onto the text, and then click on this drop down and measure and select average. So we can see the value inside this function is 10.5. So what is this function did? This function, you can see I have put the values 10, 10, and this value group the both of the number and set the unique value which is similar to both of the number, which is 10.5. So this is how this function works in Tableau, and thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for more.